Ladies and gentlemen, a message from the President of the United States.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is your President speaking, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And first and foremost, I would like to welcome all of you here to the Staten Island Playhouse for none other than Downtown, a new musical comedy. Now, I was told that in about 50 years' time, there are going to be these things called cell phones that can create quite a nuisance during live entertainment. So we ask that you please keep all cell phones and electronic devices silenced. But do remember, and we want to emphasize, that photography and videography is strictly encouraged. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy Downtown.
Encouragement through forest destruction and office life. Yippee! I chose it because 1, pay is good, 2, I'm in charge, and 3, I like the sound of sea. Oh, but not quite the life for me. Oh, for heaven's sake! This is decaf. Crap!
Yes, Mr. Harrington.
I said don't get decaf and look at what you've done.
I'm awfully sorry about that. I'll get another coffee straight away.
Never mind that. You have reports to finish. Just get to those. Problem?
No, sir, not at all.
You haven't even started the pack.
I'll have them by Friday. I promise, Mr. Harrington.
God. Charlie! What was the point in hiring him again? Something about working with the youth?
It's a great experience for the kids, John. Don't worry, I'll pick up the slack.
Oh, no need to do that, my boy.
I insist. I am your number 2.
What would I do without my right-hand man?
Not much, sir.
There are rewarding moments, but trading, investing, spending aren't exactly components. If these days won't have a chance, they bring in miracles. Such an absurd life, you'd say, a strange life. If my purpose is out there waiting for me, what is it waiting for? Hurry up and get over here.
are hereby summoned to the office of our Lord and Savior, Jacques Addington.
Why are you talking like that?
It makes things a little more interesting when you sound a tad medieval around here. Jacques wants to see you in his office.
Oh, jeez, what's it about this time?
I couldn't tell you, but I'd start packing my things if I were you.
Come on in, Chris.
Is this important? Should I shut the door?
Never mind that. Have a seat. Chris, when I first brought you into the herring team, it was because I was told we needed more youthful energy around here. Internships are crucial for growing young men such as yourself. They said. But he's a bumbling oaf, I said. Unfortunately, my position now supersedes those on my staff. It's been an interesting 6 months, but I'm afraid your time at Harrington Furniture is over.
Oh, damn, that's a shame. A real shame. I tried my best, sir.
That was the problem.
Well, I thank you and everyone here for the opportunity, so I guess I'll start clearing my desk.
Oh, Chris,
Yes.
you wouldn't happen to be passing by the cafe on the 5th floor by any chance, would you?
Yeah, I guess so. Why?
Hey, could you grab me a decaf before you go?
5 years later.
Come on in, Charlie.
Jacques, did you hear about Christopher?
You'll need to be more specific than that.
Christopher Green, your former employee, from the internship a few years back. He never got your coffee order.
Oh, him. That's someone whom I've succeeded in forgetting about until now.
Look him up in this morning's paper.
Yeah, which one?
Times, Journal, Post, all of them.
You're shitting me. What for?
Apparently he's been making headlines as someone who keeps hopelessly running for office.
You're telling me he couldn't remember a coffee order and he thinks he can be a politician? Well, I'll be damned. It says here, over the last 3 years, he's run for district attorney, city council, Congress, and now he's looking to launch a bid for mayor. Jesus Christ, where is he getting the money to do all this? It can't be from what I paid him. What?
Why don't you cash in on this?
Yeah, cash in on what?
Him running for mayor. I bet you're behind this, you know. I bet he got so crestfallen when you sacked him, he got motivated to go for the big leagues. If you can get him to do all that and fail, imagine what you can get him to do and succeed. Hey, you were a political science major, and I remember you being so zealous about student government in college, and how you volunteered for all those political campaigns.
I sure did love thinking I was making a difference.
Come on, Jacques. Who are you fooling? We both know you're not happy here.
Not happy here? I'm extremely happy here.
I've known you for a very long time, Jacques. I've seen your spirit just fade away all these years. You've lost your spark.
Thanks a lot. And no, I haven't.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Okay, fine. So let's say you did have a point. Wait, you expect me to just drop everything, go out there and find this kid?
You don't need to find him. He works here.
He owns a bar?
He's the bartender. He does quite well, though. The guys and I see him all the time, man. There's our spot for drinks after work on Fridays.
I didn't know you guys went out for drinks on Fridays.
Listen, I can see you're not happy here. Frankly, we all can. You desire greater power, which is completely normal.
Greater power does sound nice.
So this is your chance to get your ass out of here.
Yeah, and as nice as it all sounds, Charlie. As nice as it all sounds, Charlie. I bet Chris doesn't even want to hear from me. Why should I take a chance on him, anyway?
Listen, I know he wasn't great at selling furniture, but he was great with people. And he hung on to every word you said, Jacques.
Really?
How about the biggest reason of all? You know everything there is to know about business and public relations from running things around here. You'll be the best damn campaign manager this country has ever seen.
Why is it that when you praise me, it sounds so right? Would it be crazy of me to try and represent him?
It'd be crazier if you didn't. Downtown, it's where you gotta be. When you're downtown, it's where you're
Hanging over the Brooklyn Bridge is always loads of fun, where the buildings always glimmer in the sun. By the time you're in Chinatown, you've only just begun. When you're downtown, it is oh so empty. Being downtown is sweeter than candy.
The shops where you can buy your suits. Nobody hops, they only hear a toot. With someone like you roaming the streets, there's no way you can fail.
Just be yourself and soon you'll be on the Holy Grail. City Hall. Downtown. The streets aren't even numbered. That's how you know it's a hell of a place. So follow your quest and get down there. Slow and steady doesn't always win the race. Downtown, downtown,
What about Midtown? It's got all of that plus more.
Don't be silly. You've never been downtown before. Come on, come on. We gotta go downtown.
It's settled then. I'm off to make Chris Green mayor of New York City. Charlie, you're in charge of this joint now. I'm out of here.
See that? That's how I become number one.
Okay, guys, the bar's closing soon, so we can't stick around too long now.
You own the bar, Chris.
Not yet. I want to have some rules around here, especially for you lightweights.
So, what kind of drinks do we have here?
I have martinis for the two of you. And I know my man Eric loves a good Manhattan. He's my best two at the moment.
My God, these are fantastic.
I was just about to say, where did you learn to whip up a drink like this?
It was worth giving up those lousy intern days for some mixology knowledge, I suppose.
So, how are things around here? Do you get many customers?
I think it's safe to say this is the hottest place north of 59th.
Man, I bet you're better than anywhere south of it, too.
I agree.
You guys are just kissing my ass.
Well, maybe we are. Is there a problem?
Now, who said that?
Kennedy's being sworn in tomorrow. About that time.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can. Nixon was more my speed. Sure, he could use some cosmetic tips from the wife, but at least it's got guts and integrity. And JFK is nothing but a showboat.
Eric, come on. He's a wonderful man. He's young with two beautiful children. That Jacqueline, so sophisticated.
Exactly. He's so young. The youngest ever lived, in fact. I think this is a new era for our country. The American people are tired of these old, boring guys. That being said, I bet we'll never see a president over 50 ever again.
Sure, David. I might as well have my 4-year-old as president. Look, all I'm saying is, this ain't the last of old Dick.
But what about...
Okay, guys, enough. Can't we just enjoy being together?
You're right. Cheers to Chris Green, the future president of the United States.
Ah, you're funny.
Well, you run for everything else here in New York.
Yeah, I run for everything else because I want to serve these people. I don't care about some hickeys in Arkansas or Kentucky. Besides being president, it's hardly a job. It's a big show, a media zoo. You're just a lion in the cage. There are many things that I could be in just a few years' time. I could be a businessman or an agent fighting crime. Maybe run a restaurant and put up with customers' complaints. Or a theater critic with no form of restraints. A war hero, a mailman, a scientist or inventor, that's no plan. But there's one job I could never do. Too much stress and pressure, you got to be a man. It would be hell, no one I'm sure to be standing in front of the Senate floor. I mean, imagine that. No, I'll never run, 'cause if I were president, that would be no fun. Just think of all those bills you have to sign, keeping all those heartless conservatives in line. Pictures taken every second of the day, and the press watching you every step along the way. How could you keep your cool? Not worry about looking like a fool. Fuck that. Not the life for me. Would you believe it if I were to be the leader of the free world? Commander-in-chief, with your hair smooth and curled. Good grief. Could you see me as a candidate? What the hell would I do on a day I'm free? Because there are no days off. Well, maybe just one or two. Gotta hate to be president. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Well, Chris has certainly made up his mind on that matter. With that, I bid you a good night.
Good night, all.
I'll see you tomorrow, Chris.
See you tomorrow. Are you sure? Wait, you sure you're fine taking a cab at this hour?
Oh, it's no big deal. I've got an early morning, and you've got cleaning to do, Mr. Mayor.
Fair enough. Good night, Annie. Sorry, buddy. It's after 12. We're closed. Are you Chris Green? Yeah, who are you?
Jock Harrington.
Holy shit. It's you, the biggest asshole I ever worked for.
Yep, that's me.
God's name do you want?
I have a business proposition for you.
What, are you gonna sell me a bunch of chairs or something?
I heard you're looking to run for mayor.
Yeah, what's it to you?
Well, I like to think I know how this city works. I believe I could be of assistance.
Oh, fat chance.
Hey, look, you just need a...
Oh, Annie, you've got some interesting timing?
Sorry, I think I left my wallet here earlier. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it was right over here. I didn't have to come all the way down here. I could have just given it to you tomorrow in our meeting.
Your meeting?
Yes, my meeting. Our meeting. Annie is my candidate.
Then I must be candid. She doesn't have a clue what she's doing.
What?
Excuse me?
That's what Chris and me were saying.
What? No, it's not. Annie, don't believe a word this guy says.
Save it. Looks to me you found a better campaign manager anyway.
Annie, don't be ridiculous.
Good luck, Mr. Mayor.
No, Annie, wait. Why would you do something like that? What's wrong with you?
Politics.
What kind of answer is that?
Hey, look, she quit on her own.
After you put words in my mouth? Is this just some sort of game to you? You fire me from your furniture empire of yours, come back in my life years later to ruin everything for fun or something?
She didn't believe in you, Chris. If she did, she wouldn't have walked out so easily like that. I came here because I do believe in you. And I'm sorry I went about it that way. You know, I was a bit much when you worked for me.
Yeah, I can think of slightly more appropriate
All
words.
right, fine. But that's because I was miserable. I haven't felt passionate about anything in a very long time. But Chris, this feels like something I need to do. You need a campaign manager now.
Yeah, now I do.
All right, the point is you do. That girl, Annie, she walked out on you. I'm right here, right in front of you. And if you listen, I think we could win this thing.
You're serious.
I'm serious. And if you feel like I'm doing a terrible job, then fire me just as harshly as I fired you. How does that sound?
Well, that sounds kind of nice. What should I say? I know.
Never mind that. I'm not going to do a terrible job, so you're never going to fire me. Are you ready to hear the plan?
Hate to burst your bubble, Jacques, but this isn't exactly my first time meeting with a campaign manager.
So, Chris, how old are you?
I worked for you. You can't take a wild guess?
20.
31.
Close enough.
Can I be honest with you?
Sure.
If you took a second to get to know me, you'd know I always had an interest in politics. I really did that stupid internship of yours to raise money for a campaign of my own. And I hired the so-called best managers in the city, who all turned out to be real duds. I ran for every damn office in Manhattan. And you know what they told me? They told me, too young, too inexperienced. According to them, I'd be better off driving taxis for a living. And then there's you, the CEO of a furniture company, for God's sake. Why don't you build my desk when I'm mayor instead, huh?
I'm better than all of them, Chris. Mainly because I'm not already involved in politics.
How does that make any sense?
I'm not jaded. I, like you, have the people's best interests in mind.
That's a load of baloney.
It wasn't just you, you know. The whole company was driving me bananas. Charlie's a sucker. Barbara wore hideous dresses. You were
Incompetent.
See, we're bonding already. That was your only bad trait. I was in charge of the third most prominent furniture business in Soho. But I can only satisfy a man for so long.
Well, I appreciate your honesty, I guess.
Hey,
Too bad honesty has nothing to do with politics, All right, what's the first move, Mr. I'm for the people?
I'll tell you, Mr. I've never made primary. You're running as a Republican.
Whoa, no way. My family have been Democrats since the beginning.
Mine too, but listen. This is one of the most liberal places in the country. Every Democrat in the tri-state will be fighting for that nomination. The Republican ticket, however, is a ghost town. We'll cruise to that nomination with moderate media attention, then we'll fight like hell against the other guy because you're the right man for the job.
You just said yourself that New York is a liberal place, so why are they going to vote for the liberal candidates?
You're not really a Republican, remember?
Ah, shit. I do want to be mayor.
And I want to make that happen. Be a Republican.
Oh, this guy's lost it.
Be a Republican. You'll be interesting on the other side. Don't knock it until you try being Republican.
I think this has gone a little too far. Pedal
I'm
that.
a Republican. People will put you down. They'll say you're outrageous, a buffoon, a clown. Be a Republican. Republican. Conservatism is the way to go to get this country back. Yes, I know. Say you're Republican. You're Republican. You're a Republican. You're a Republican. Even in a room town. All right, I think we had a couple too many drinks. All right, who's a Republican? Do we have any Republicans here? Are you a Republican? Are you? Oh, I know you're not a Republican. Oh, no, we Republicans just make the sun shine. Hey, de Blasio, take some tips. You will not have opposition because of your strange opposite position. But trust me, kid, it'll do you well. Maybe liberal, but they won't tell when you're a Republican. You'll do this city through hell. Is that done? Nope.
All right, you've clearly spent a lot of time on this, so I'm in, but I get to call the shots when I think you're going too far.
That won't be necessary, but of course.
Firing me was the best thing you ever did for me, so you know what? Let's change that to making me mayor, shall we? Okay.
So what are you up to tomorrow? We'll start first thing in the morning.
Nothing much, just got an afternoon shift here, and then meeting some of the old college chums at the movies.
Are we keeping this on the low? Or?
Yes, keep this Republican crap to yourself for now. They'd kill me if they got wind of this. After all those screw-ups I've had, they don't want to hear another.
I don't blame them. I saw a man hang around the bar when I first entered. What's his deal?
Oh, that guy? That's Teddy. He's a Monroe. And the Monroes, well, they're a tight-knit bunch. You know, Lucia, she's an old friend of mine. She's been in a bunch of Broadway shows. It's kind of a big deal. She lives with her parents. It's kind of sweet. This big penthouse up on Park. Never seen anything like it outside the movies. And, let's see, her mom, Grace, she's a chef at this restaurant on 46th. And Teddy, he works for the Wall Street Journal. That poor bastard is all cooped up in there with 2 women. I guarantee you he wanted at least one son. He gets a little too excited when I'm working at the bar. I seem to be the only other man in that guy's life. You have any children, Jock?
Nope. Happily single man.
Same here. Except for the happily part. Shall we?
Hey, darling, did you see the way that man was looking at Lucia in the store? Lucia, honey, I say you go back there and get to know him more.
Oh, for God's sake.
What's wrong? I'm only helping you. Just ask the manager about him next time we're there.
He doesn't work there, and I already know that guy. His name is James.
Well, there you go.
James Adler. He's the director of Devil's Mambo.
So, no good?
Very no good.
I say you still flirt with him.
Yeah, right. That won't make me look desperate for the lead at all.
Only if you don't approach it the right way.
What do you know? You were in one show in high school as a bush.
That's because the director and I parted ways after our rendezvous.
Ladies! Might I suggest a different topic? Perhaps one more appropriate for discussing over spaghetti?
Like what, dear? You have the floor.
Well, we have a big baseball season coming up. They're saying this is the best group of players we've seen in decades.
Oh, Mom, I didn't tell you that boy Maxwell called me again today. Yeah, he wants to go out again.
Well, if he called back sooner, he could have been dating a Broadway star.
No, I hated that guy.
So, anyway, the World Series this year could be.
Well, I'm off to bed. I have my callbacks tomorrow, so I need to get some little rest. But I will see you all in the morning, so have a good night.
So stop talking already.
What are you so excited about, Teddy?
Oh, it's nothing. It's trivia night over at the bar, and maybe that's Chris inviting me over there. I should get there.
Good night, everybody. Tell Chris I say hi.
Hey, Chris! It's great to see you.
Yes, hi, Teddy. You left your wallet again?
Oh, I am a mess. How about those Yankees, huh?
They got a good lineup. The Mets are doing great too.
Yeah, for once.
Yeah.
Well, do you want a beer? And how about some spaghetti? Come on, there's
Oh,
plenty.
no, thank you. I already ate.
Well, that makes sense. We're lady eaters, right? Well, would you care to watch some of the playoffs, or shall we head on down to trivia night at the bar?
Actually, I'm not working tonight. Definitely another time. Night, Grace. Night, Teddy.
Have fun.
Have fun, Chris. Say hi to everyone for me.
Ted, why do you get more excited to see Chris than your own daughter?
I'm just being nice to him for Lucia's sake.
Why should you do that? She doesn't need any favors from you.
Will you drop this interrogation?
What interrogation? I'm gonna hop in the shower. Look, whenever you're ready to admit that you're in love with Chris, I'm here waiting.
I don't complain. I often relent. I don't show disdain. Life is good with this daughter of mine, and it's understood that I am fine. It's kind of tough to be alone in a house full of girls. I love them all, but I can't help but straightening their curls. I'm a lucky guy in this house of mine. Don't judge me for wanting a different setting. It's not like I can change it now. I'm just tired of fretting. It really is a wonder of things how things turned out the same. My old girls don't want to go for a hike or watch a football game. Oh my God. I love them, I really do. They're great girls. I know that's true. I'm lucky. I really am. Then why does it seem like I don't give a damn? Or it would be nice to have a fellow, someone to pop a cold with or just be mellow. A lot of energy with the wine and the kid. Ladies, please, there's torture within this house. You're everywhere. When they bring home a boy or ask for advice, I do what I can. Trying not to go crazy in this house of mine. It's kind of tough to be alone in a house full of girls. It's only a matter of time for the plan to surrender unfurled. I'm trying not to lose my mind. I'm trying not to go crazy. I'm trying to be a role model and not seem lazy. I'm trying not to lose my mind in this house. This house of mine.
mean, you work for me now. Might as well try to enjoy yourself. My defense, you didn't give me a choice. All right, you're fired. Okay, fine. You got me there. Wow. I knew Lucia would get the lead. I mean, who else could it possibly be? It's nothing like opening night of a Broadway musical. Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, it's nice to be doing something other than campaigning for once.
I agree. Your friends at the bar share that sentiment too.
What shock? You told them?
What? You said you didn't want them knowing about another failure of yours? Yes. This won't be, so why not let them know?
All right, now that the cat's out of the bag, yes. It's great to be taking a break from my campaign for mayor.
Mm-hmm. Now that you've got yourself figured out at the bar, I see it's the perfect time to put yourself out there. And when I told them I was your shrink, they didn't buy it.
Hey, kid. You running for mayor?
Yes, sir. Chris Green. May I ask your name?
Doug McDonald. Now, get out there and go fix those damn potholes, Mr. Mayor.
You know, I can't wait for when people actually call me that.
Starting January 1st, they will.
Oh, the doors are opening. I'm so nervous for her.
Well, they're just 2 acts, right?
You go inside. Come on. It's gonna be great. Here we go.
Beat right now, your pride is too huge. Let it all go.
to deal with the devil, kid. It could be worse. You could be the secretary of our current president. Ha 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 ha!
What the hell was that? Ease up on the compliments. I'm sorry, but that was terrible. What do you know? I know that the narrative was a mess. There was no cohesive structure. There were cliched characters, plot holes everywhere. The music, the band, god-awful. The score was still, the lyrics were predictable.
I'm guessing the harmonies were too simplistic as well?
Lucia, brava. Ignore his comments. He's an idiot. He doesn't see any theater. Doesn't mean anything.
Oh, no, it's fine. Any criticism has to be taken seriously. I'm sorry to hear you didn't like the show. I don't think we met.
Oh, this is Jacques Harrington, my campaign manager.
So this is Jacques. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. So wonderful what you're doing for Chris.
The pleasure's all mine.
You know what, Chris? I'll meet you at the bar shortly. I just have some more words to exchange with Mr. Harrington here.
Okay, then. I'll be outside.
So, you've never seen a musical before, have you?
No. I can recall seeing Oklahoma when I was a boy.
That was 20 years ago. That doesn't count.
I'm frankly stunned that you are actually speaking to me after what I just said.
I've heard way worse. You know, one time a critic said my neck was too wide for a part that I played once. Yeah, I know. Listen, you seem like a well-minded fellow who won't stay fixed on one opinion, and I just don't think you gelled with my performance tonight, so I have an offer for you. Come back and see the show again in 1 week's time, free of charge, and I'll have fixed everything you said just now. I think I could change your mind.
You have yourself a deal, Miss Monroe, but I doubt that you can change my mind. What was that about? Looks like I'm seeing the show again next week. But you hated it. Your friend's quite persuasive. Oh, jeez. Lucia said that in a week, all the problems I had pointed out will be fixed. That's weird. She's not normally the type to take advice. She probably just wants to make the show better, that's all. I guess, it's just a little bizarre. Maybe because it's her first night? Maybe.
Hey, so what did I tell you? The plot wasn't the problem. My performance was just weak.
No, the plot was very much the problem, and I can't help but feel that you could have done better as well.
Get out of town.
Look, I think this show will be just fine soon enough. And you're talented and all, don't get me wrong, but this is not a good show by any means.
Okay, your opinion is your opinion, and I have to respect it.
No, look.
No, it's fine, Mr. Harrington. I'll see you around.
There he is. Somebody's a fan of Devil's Mambo. Yeah, not necessarily. Would you excuse us? I just gotta talk to you for 1 second. Excuse us, Lucia.
Hey, you think I give a rat's ass what you two talk about?
So why are you here, Jacques? As every critic in the Times once said, this musical only gets better the more times you see it. Okay. Man to man, I'll ask you again. Why are you here? I was speaking with Lucia about the show, of course. Oh, isn't that sweet? I didn't know you possessed that trait. Surprised myself. All right, if you're not going to be straight with me, that's fine, but you need to know, however, Lucia hasn't been with anybody since she was about 17. I don't see why I need to know this. Because she rejects everybody. She's one of those girls everyone falls for, but nobody gets. Believe me.
Jacques?
Lucia, just the person I was hoping to see.
What for?
Look, this isn't exactly easy for me, but I'm sorry. For what I said earlier, after the show, and the time before that.
As I said, I can't change your opinion.
Yes, but you wanted to, and that isn't like you.
How would you know that?
Chris was saying how weird it was that you cared so much about my opinion. He said that it was out of character for you.
I just...
Clearly you wanted to impress me.
Are you insinuating something?
Look, I know you haven't liked anyone in a really long time, but maybe that's because you're afraid to let someone in.
What are you saying?
I don't let many people in either. In case you haven't noticed, I'm not the most likable guy.
Oh, really? Well, even though you're not the most likable guy, I like you. Don't ask me why, because I have no idea, but yeah, I like you.
I'm quite fond of you as well.
You have an awfully funny way of showing it.
Look, I'm sorry about it. Can we just start over?
We'll see.
We'll see?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll see you soon?
If you come to my show, you'll see me 8 times a week.
Theater people.
Hey, you're back. Yeah, can I ask you something? This is sort of a weird question, but how would you describe men?
They're like fish. You can spend all day trying to catch the right one, and at the end of the day, the only ones you get are the small, boring ones.
By small, you mean?
It doesn't matter. What's the question, Mike?
Well, when you're with Dad, what goes through your mind?
I can't really describe it. It's a wonderful feeling, to say the least.
Damn it! I was hoping for a more negative answer.
Hold on. Are you falling for someone?
All I'm saying is there's somebody who's been on my mind unusually often.
Do tell.
He's different.
How so?
I'm so used to men who pour their hearts out to me, and this time, I'm the only one with the emotions.
Unrequited love. The second worst kind of love.
What could possibly be worse?
Love at first sight. Obviously, you're screwed from the very beginning. Listen, dear, I think that you should find another reason for liking this fellow other than he's different.
I shouldn't be saying this. It's not your business to know, but I can't hold it in. I have to say it now, or else I'll go mad. So listen to me. I have met a man, a most peculiar man. Oh, it's he,
are many reporters out there waiting for you. You were scheduled to speak 10 minutes ago, but we're trying to build up anticipation.
Holy smokes, how did you get this much press coverage?
I told you, I know how this city works. Now, go out there, come on. Why aren't you cold feet?
That's more than that. I don't know, in all my other campaigns, you know, it was nothing more than a couple posters here, flyers there, and this not so flattering article in the Post by this jerk Silverstein, and oh man, he's right in front.
Completely understandable, Chris. Do you know how terrified I was when it was time to announce the yearly catalog for Harrington Furniture? Well, you know what I did? I went out there and I sold those damn couches anyway.
That didn't really help, but screw it, I'm going in.
All you need to do is go out there and tell them why you're running for mayor, the reason we rehearsed.
Mr. Green! Mr. Green! Mr. Green! Mr. Green! Mr. Green! Mr. Green, what makes you think you win this race?
Mr. Green, who's running this campaign?
Are you running as a Democrat or Republican?
Thank you everybody for coming out today. Yes, as of today, I, Chris Green, am running for mayor of New York City. I'm running for the Republican ticket, and Mr. Jacques Harrington is managing my campaign.
Harrington of Harrington Furniture?
That is correct.
Mr. Green, how do you...
Such an absurd life for me, an absurd life to be answering questions with much resistance when a year ago no one knew of my existence. This is all wrong, yet right. This seems too easy, yet it's also been a long fight. Why can't I just accept I'm finally succeeding? Look at these polls. Holy shit, I'm leading. Is this an absurd life? After all, it's an absurd life. My fault. Everyone can weep as they breathe. I'm in the lead.
Sunny skies on this Tuesday in New York. It's primary day here in the city, with Oliver Wilson as the Democratic frontrunner and newcomer Chris Green leading the Republicans. In national news, President Kennedy announced sanctions on all Cuban exports, people, and anything that sounds remotely Cuban. Congress is proposing a bill that would ban the word cabana because of its resemblance to Havana, the Cuban capital. In entertainment, the hit single Jump, Shout, and Scream at Your Mothers has hit the #1 spot in this week's charts. And finally in sports, the Mets won a game last night. What a season they're having.
I don't understand what Jacques' problem was. I quite enjoy decaf. Hello? Charlie's Furniture. Oh, hey, Jacques. Rename the company. No, that was just a joke. How are things? I see that Chris is making some serious ground, and unopposed at his party, I might add. All right, gotta run. Big conference meeting in 10. All right, bye-bye.
You son of a bitch.
I beg your pardon?
You know, I find it very convenient that you told Jock to become a campaign manager even though he has no experiences with politics. And now you're sitting here all smug at your desk where his old desk used to be.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All I did was get the guy to leave his position so I could fill his shoes. I did him the biggest favor of his life.
You're quite the opportunist, aren't you?
Is anyone else hearing this?
Oh, I am all right.
Thank you.
And I couldn't possibly agree more.
Thank you.
What?
Hey, you! Yeah, you! I agree too. Kind of a bad boss, man. Just thought you should know.
I can't believe you're all betraying me like this.
I can't believe you're so clueless. You know who you're like?
Yago?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yago from Othello? One of the most sinister antagonists of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah. He hates Othello and he ends up deceiving everybody. That's you, Charlie.
I thought I made it clear that I'm Mr. Charlie now.
Nah. We don't respect you like that.
Listen, I don't hate Jacques. I don't hate anybody. All I did was what I needed to do, and in the process helped him do what he needed to do, too.
You're still the bad guy.
Get the hell out of here! How am I the villain in the story? I couldn't care less about Jacques' ambitions, and I'm not one bit jealous of his glory.
Well, you're manipulative and conceited. You're also quite vindictive and will probably be defeated, which is how every villain story goes.
Nonsense!
Hey, don't be so tense.
Silence!
See, you're prone to violence.
I am not the bad guy.
Yes, you are the bad guy.
I am not that guy.
Totally that guy.
How could I be such a thing? I'm only doing what needs to be done. When I want to afford a diamond ring to give to my love, whom I know is the one. See, guys, they say love is blind, and I've never met an evil blind person before. Think about it. Come on! I am not the bad guy.
Yes, you are the bad guy.
I am not that guy.
Totally that guy.
There was not a crime you can convict. If anything, I'm just a tad strict. I'm a decent man, so quit your lies. Being CEO is the ultimate prize. Can I be the bad guy?
Yes, you can.
Am I the bad guy?
Yes, you are.
I am not the bad guy.
Mr. Harrington.
Oh. Hello, Lucian.
What's the rush?
Hmm?
Relax, you're not on trial, but you're barely trying to leave. What's the matter?
Quite the contrary. I'm just eager to get to my big campaign meeting with Chris.
On Valentine's Day?
Right, it's the 14th today.
This may come as a surprise to you, but Chris has other plans today. Isn't there a particular reason that you're here on the morning of the most romantic
You
time?
see, Lucia, Chris specifically requested my presence at the bar at 9 a.m. sharp. He said he'd be a little late, but that's to be expected. He's a busy man these days.
And this is the same Chris that's on CBS right now?
CBS,
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Joining us in the studio today is a man who embodies the American dream. He started out as an intern working minimum wage, and for the past 3 years, he has been working as a bartender with dreams of a life in politics. After many failed campaigns, and we mean many, his former boss appeared out of the blue one night. That boss is now his campaign manager, Jacques Harrington, and that intern is now a Republican candidate for mayor. It is my honor to welcome Chris Green to CBS News. Chris, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Martha.
It's no secret that New York City is a Democratic stronghold. What is your elevator pitch for those who normally vote for the other side?
I have a simple but strong vision for this city, Martha. We call it the 3 Ps. People, public transit, and potholes. Get people working more than a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Get this public transit, make it the best of its kind in America and maybe even the world. And finally, as a man in line to see a Broadway show once said to me, fix those damn potholes.
You heard it here, everyone. Get out there today for the primaries. The general election is in a few short months, so make sure you vote, no matter who it may be for. We'll be back after these short messages with musician Robert Zimmerman, whose debut single, Call Me Bob, comes out Friday.
All right, that's a wrap.
Excellent job, Mr. Green.
Yeah, it felt a little weird to be here without my manager. Where the hell is he?
You don't know where he is?
I never do.
That may be Chris. Look, I'll get a taxi and come back later if it's a bad time.
You do not get to leave before you explain to me why you made a lousy lie to my face just now.
Lie? Simply a scheduling error.
Right, a simple error.
Pusha, please, let our guest make himself comfortable. He's making Chris mayor after all.
That's up to the voters, Mrs. Monroe.
Pusha, dear, why don't you play a song for Mr. Harrington here? Wait until you hear her. She's become quite the musician. She might be doing a charity tour of North Jersey and parts of Queens.
Well, I play a little piano myself.
Well, isn't that lovely? I'd love to hear a duet sometime. So, what brings you here on Valentine's Day, Mr. Harrington?
Oh, no, it's not like that. I thought it was the 15th. Chris and I had a big meeting planned. I must have made a mistake. A lot of important things to discuss.
Excellent.
Okay, Mom, I'll play him something. I'll leave you to it. Okay, what do you want to hear?
Anything by Sinatra.
I'm not 100. I'll play you something I wrote.
Sounds good.
This one's about the planet.
What do you mean?
It's about how we treat the Earth we live on. There's only one, you know. And, in fact, if we keep up our current habits in less than half a century...
That all sounds very touching, but I'm afraid I have to go. I need to run some errands. I need to go see my wife.
Jacques? I am not an idiot. You clearly don't have a wife. And if you do have a wife, then I highly question your morals.
Fine.
Lying sure comes easy to you, doesn't it?
No, I'm just a bit of a scatterbrain.
Well, we've spent enough time together at this point that you might as well listen to my song.
All right.
But we too often forget how limited our beagles, the spaniels, even the rats and weeds. Saved in mountains, saved the streams, save all the things that we think of and dream. Save the tigers, the bears, the birds, the frogs, the monkeys, the lions, and all that live in ponds. Can't you see what's wrong with our humanity? It takes. We never stop to think of others because we don't realize the stakes. Save everything so we can survive. It might seem like a lot to keep us alive, but that's the price we have to pay for taking advantage of Earth every day. Save everything. Save everything. Save everything so we can succeed.
Oh, come on, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you for coming. Chris Green, November 7th. Don't forget. Okay.
Emergency meeting.
What's going on?
It's not campaign related, but it's urgent.
What the hell's the matter?
Okay, I'm not normally the Casanova type, but I was at the Monroe's last night.
Yeah, I'm aware, Gregory Peck.
You know? Oh my God, I'm terrified the whole week. Well, how this changes how you view me as a manager and as a friend.
You thought I would judge you for being a man with emotions? Up until this point, I was certain you had none.
After the second time I saw the show, I realized I wanted to spend more time with her outside of the theater.
Oh, really?
She invited me over for a nightcap.
Oh?
And we've been an item ever since.
Oh, well, I knew that. She's a Monroe.
What's your point?
Teddy tells me anything after 2 Manhattans.
I have to go run some errands.
Oh, like what?
Wrangling up some endorsements for you.
Oh, cool. The mayor, governor, both?
Maybe. I just need to work my magic. I'll fill you in tomorrow.
I'm in your hands. You know, I have to hand it to you, Harrington. You might actually have this one in the bag.
Excuse me, are you Doc Harrington?
Yes?
The president would like to have a word with you.
Here he comes, the president's on his way. He will bring a smile to your face and to everyone. He's a fighter and he's here to stay. When he arrives, you'll think he's as lucky as the next man. The president, John F.
Oh, thank you. Oh, boys, that was wonderful. Mr. Harrington, I've heard much about your campaign and it seems quite successful.
Oh my God, it's an honor, sir. How did you know where to find me?
Well, Jackie and I were in town this week, so I figured I had to get a chance to speak with you. You've been making headlines as one of the greatest campaign managers this country's seen in recent years. And as you know, I'm certainly running in 64, so you may be the right man for me.
Yes, sir. I wouldn't let you down.
I never knew I had Republican fans. You are one, aren't you?
Yes, but I still respect everything you've done for this country, sir.
Ah, I think converting this one should be a piece of cake, huh? Well, I wish wish you and Mr. Green the best of luck at the debate and in November. Between you and me, he's going to be a fabulous man. All right, boys, we're out.
Harrington, isn't it? Come on in, son.
I wanted to ask you about the journal's endorsements.
We usually endorse the Democrats, if that's what you're asking. It's usually for the high-profile elections. Mayor, governor, president.
Yes, would you be interested in getting the paper to... Would you be interested in getting the paper to endorse Chris?
Oh, I'd love to. But we have to be objective. Since Chris is like family to me, that would not be ethical. I mean, we'd be finished if that happened. Is he even running as Democrat?
Not technically, no.
Look, Chris is an incredible young man. Truth be told, he doesn't need an endorsement from anybody to show this city what a great leader he would be.
Yes, but you are the Wall Street Journal.
Hey, it's just a newspaper, am I right?
Very important one.
What was that?
Nothing.
Okay, then quit trying to weasel it out of me. Do you have any idea how many schmucks waltz in here trying to get this paper to give them the green light? You're good, but you're not that good.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you later.
Don't you see that I need your endorsement? A little signature above the law.
That would work.
Nobody will have to know. Just sign your name and off I go. Don't worry about morals. You'll be fine. I need a little favor from you, good sir. Man to man, I need it done at once. Don't argue with what you think's corrupted. Be a philanthropist, not a dunce.
Don't you know your client is under a right-wing umbrella? I have no say, family. If you like fraud, then you've got the wrong fella.
Come on, Teddy, just a little endorsement. Don't you want to see all this succeed?
Of course I want to, this is nothing new.
Just tell people what you want.
Not that easy.
Obviously don't include relation. Don't you want to see Chris in the lead? Don't you want to do the right thing?
If you think corruption is not what you're proposing, well then I think this meeting's through. I don't want the public disclosing the lie.
See that I need your endorsement? No, I'll make no signature above the line. Nobody will have to know. Just sign your name and off I go. Don't worry about morals. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. What's up, fine? You'll be fine, 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 fine. Just sign here. It's so weird.
Knock, knock.
Hey, Chris, how do I look?
Like $1,000,000.
You're darn right, not a penny less.
I can't believe you're this excited about going out with someone, especially Jacques Harrington.
I thought you guys were best buds, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Let's just say I have some suspicions and I'm gonna need your help.
Need my help in what way?
Yeah, take this. It's $100.
I have enough money already, thank you.
Oh, no. This is just for the wine. I want to make sure you get plenty of it. You see, I believe that your date isn't telling me something. He's been quite vague when I ask him about the endorsements, which I find out from the news. And you've said yourself that honesty isn't really his strong suit, so it looks like we need to settle for the only way to guarantee the truth out of anyone these days: alcohol. I need you to ask Jacques where he's getting this campaign money.
Chris, I can't do that.
Now, please, Lucia, this is important. I'm not asking you to completely incapacitate the guy. Just get him to the appropriate level of tipsiness.
I'll try my best. You're lucky I love you, Chris.
That I am. Let me know how it goes.
So then I said, Chris, you're the biggest numbskull who's ever worked for anybody. I admit it was harsh at the time, but he's grown into quite an extraordinary young man since.
It's so fascinating to me how the two of you reunited to make him mayor. It sounds like a movie. And dare I say it, you're Gregory Peck.
Oh, he's going to be a wonderful mayor.
You really think so?
I know so. He's got what this city needs right now.
All right, cheers.
Whoa, I think I've had enough already, Lucia.
You trust me, don't you?
Okay, proceed. So, the debate is Sunday. I've been prepping Chris all week. It's important that we stick to the bullshit Republican agenda.
So, Jacques, let me ask you this. What would you say it's been like trying to get financial support for the campaign? How's that going?
Well, truth be told, I haven't said anything to Chris, but we're in a bit of a situation.
What kind of situation?
Well, the campaign was doing well at first, but it wasn't drawing in as much money, nearly as much, as I was hoping in order to campaign the way that I had planned.
Okay.
I thought that if we could get twice our money, then we'd be in a really good place.
So what did you do to double the money?
I didn't. Didn't work out.
Jacques, just tell me what's going on.
I went gambling, hoping.
You what?
I used to be great at it. Wait, I thought we'd end up with twice the money, but instead...
Instead what?
I lost the money.
All of it?
Yes, the money I used to gamble with, I still have some, even if it's not much.
Chris knew you were hiding something.
Yeah? Well, who wouldn't know? Look, I tried getting real donors, but nobody's interested in a person like Chris. All the money going in this entire time has been directly from my pocket and nowhere else. And I'm so good at covering my own ass. So you know what? That's what I did. All of this sounds even more pathetic when said out loud.
I can't believe you, Jacques.
I'm going to fix this.
Well, I'm about to tell Chris, so...
Yeah, but I'm going to fix it.
I think you've done enough. Really says something about a man if you can only get him drunk to tell the truth.
Yeah, I'm honest on other occasions. Listen, Lucia, he's a good kid and all, but you can't just be a good guy anymore. That's not how this city works, and it's not how politics work. Deception, it's all they know. Interception of the law is where they always go. You see, the world is unkind, but to them, this is how life is defined. Corruption is my effect, and interruption always the first thing they try. Mix something up here and there, change the facts so we get somewhere. As long as nobody catches wise, they'll keep building on that's no lies. Perception, that's the key to victory. Perception will be strong if you have a strong story. Never say it's you who's being untrue. It's always them and those people. It's always someone you don't know. Dishonesty, to them it isn't a disgrace. Just for once I'd like to see a man in power who doesn't change ways. When you enter this world, you'll see how much ego there seems to be. You can't be yourself in this day and age. You'll never be a winner if you don't change. Kids these days won't have a chance if they believe in miracles. It's always about them. Not my fault, it's them. What do you mean me? I'm perfect. Unlike them. This is the system. Don't blame me. You just can't fix them. Don't you say. Chris, you're gonna do great out here. Look, this Wilson guy, he doesn't know a thing about the city. He's from Jersey. Look, I'm sorry, okay? You know what? I've said sorry more in the past 24 hours than I have in my entire life. I know what I did was wrong, but I was trying to help. Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
We need you for sound checks.
Thank you. I'm gonna kick ass tonight because I prepped my ass off with Lucia. You don't get any credit in my book.
Chris, I know.
No, I don't think you know anything at this point, Jock. You know, when you showed up at the bar, it really did seem like you had a way to get me to the top. But you know what? I should have known you were a bullshit artist from the moment you said I needed to pretend to be a Republican.
Chris, keep your voice down.
I don't care. I'm not afraid of being honest. I sure as hell don't need booze to do it either. So wish me luck. Why don't? You know what the worst part of all this was? You were giving me guidance and encouragement like a goddamn father.
Good evening from the Apollo Theater. I'm Alice Walsh, your moderator. Tonight's mayoral debate is between Oliver Wilson, the Democratic ticket, and Chris Green, aspects of your opponent at making decisions as to the well-being of the city, as someone who has never held public office?
Well, Alice, I've held several offices. I've ran for several offices in the city before, and I know the people of New York well, so I believe I can be the right person to represent them.
Time went by and Chris wanted to cry.
Mr. Green's campaign manager is the CEO of a furniture company. How is he going to rally voters? By giving them free coffee tables?
Chris was slick, but Oliver was quick.
Mr. Green, do you support the right to free worship of anyone in the city?
Without a doubt, free worship is a critical right here in America.
So we agree. Well, one has never sees. Not very conservative of you, Green.
Yes.
Forgetting all the rules.
As mayor, I would support.
He's bursting at the seams, forgetting all the fools that Jacques said would get into his dream.
Well, maybe I was wrong about my opponent. He might be a Democrat after all.
That concludes our debate. Make sure to vote on November 7th.
Queens, and the Bronx. Chris Green obtained 15% with his win on Staten Island. Media outlets are crediting poor debate performance and lack of voters for the Green campaign's sweeping loss.
Yeah, no shit, I lost because of lack of voters, and I only bombed at the debate because I couldn't remember all of Jacques' stupid rules of what I could and couldn't support.
You shouldn't have run as something you're not, son.
I know that now.
That's not right. Chris only lost because Jacques is a liar.
And he pressured me into getting the journal to endorse Chris.
He did what? Ted, that's not right. You can't just do that because of your personal connection to Chris. Why didn't I know this?
I'm sorry.
Chris, did you really have to pretend to be a Republican?
Well, Jacques made me.
You can't blame everything on Jacques. You were the one running, not him. I just really thought that I saw something in Jacques.
Yeah, I thought he was coming around too.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't expect my husband to lie to me and do something so stupid. Pardon my French.
I need some air. I'm getting a beer.
I'll come.
Okay.
What's wrong with us? Why did we get involved with those fools?
We didn't need any of that. We love those fools.
Do we? Really?
There are lovers and there are strangers in every part
thought you went out with Chris.
He said he needed some space, and I have to respect that. I'm sure we'll hang out another time.
I think we need to leave, Teddy.
Oh, did you want to grab a bite?
No, Teddy, leave the city. I'm afraid this lifestyle is getting a bit too much for me to handle.
Grace, I don't know. What about our jobs and Lucia's show? There's too much to leave behind here.
Oh, please. You're getting fired any day now for nepotism. I can find a chef job wherever we go, and Lucia can take the train.
You know, maybe this whole election thing was a wake-up call to start a new chapter. Plus, could it be nice to live somewhere else? Where did you have in mind?
Scotch Plains, New Jersey. A quiet suburb with everything you could ask for. And it won't make you feel like an outcast there, which, if you ask me, is something the city never fails to do.
Chris, you got my message?
No, you have telepathy. What are you doing here?
I wanted to say goodbye before I left.
Where are you going?
West New York. The scandals will follow us everywhere if we stay here.
You mean the West Side?
No, West New York, New Jersey.
So you're going to New York, New Jersey?
No, it's a city in New Jersey called West New York.
Well, why is it called that if it's in New Jersey? I mean, that's the best name we can come up with.
I don't know. Nobody there knows. Look, don't make this any harder than it needs to be, okay? I'm leaving because, like I said, the scandals will follow us everywhere if we choose to stay here.
Yeah, you broke a lot of rules.
Yeah, I guarantee you I broke every ethics law there is. I consider turning myself in.
No, don't do that. Nobody will recognize you once you take the tunnel. Now, I was considering starting over, going to a suburb in Jersey myself.
What's stopping?
Fear of commitment, but then again, I've been committed to your insane schemes for the last year of my life, so I'm not so afraid anymore.
Aren't you Chris Green? I voted for you.
Ah, that's great. Can I get you a coffee? That's all we have at the moment.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Sorry about the election. You're going to do great things someday. I guarantee it.
Oh, thank you, sir. That means more than you know.
Look, I wanted to be the reason you won this thing.
Instead, you're the reason I lost.
This is decaf!
Oh, get out of here!
Trust me, I know. This whole fiasco is entirely my fault. After I spoke with Kennedy, I should have known to change my act. If I could go back, I would change the gambling, the endorsement.
Whoa. Go back a second there. You spoke with Kennedy? Where was I? That could have been great for the media.
That isn't important.
Seems pretty important to me.
Look, he wanted to tell me how impressed he was by the success of our campaign before I self-sabotaged the whole thing.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? We're both to blame, to be honest. I should have known what to say at the debate other than the Republican stuff. What a fuck-up this was.
I got too cocky.
Yeah, you think?
More importantly, I shouldn't have lied.
Finally some truth comes out of your mouth. Look, you screwed a lot up, sure, but you did a lot right, too. I mean, I wanted to be noticed by this town, and like it or not, you got that to happen. And don't worry, I don't hate you or anything like that. You're still like a weird kind of family, and even family screws up sometimes, you know? I mean, you've changed since I worked for you. A lot.
And even though things didn't go exactly as planned, I needed this. I got to see the real world. I got to go to my first Broadway show in years, and I met someone.
Yeah, you better patch things up with Lucia now, but I'm sure you will. You're both weirdos in love. It's oddly touching.
But Chris, I'm sorry for everything.
Oh, it's all right. I know your heart was in the right place, but unfortunately your head was in there.
Okay, morons, we have something to say.
So do we. I admit things aren't as bright as we hoped. Now we have one solution. Let's get eloped and put all our troubles behind us.
Miles away from the chaos, we'll go miles away to escape it all. Oh, come with me and we'll be free. No one can chase us when we're miles away.
I admit this isn't the ending I wanted. I pictured myself with fortune by now. Come to think of it, I have much, but I'm haunted by guilt and... Who am I kidding?
Miles away to a place we never seen.
Miles away, where the water is green.
Hopefully they never heard our names in this place that is many miles away. Tax evasion? This isn't even technically my company. Ask Shark Harrington. Don't make me use this!
Miles away, good riddance NYC. We'll find our way. Don't you cry or worry. It's so far away, you'll never see us again. You'll only know our names and not when we travel.
New Jersey Transit, now boarding.
Way